Viewers, Global Window han aji Hotel Saramati te ahi gine ase. Aji awareness program on GST 2.0 and certificate distribution for GST Sahyogi'S, organized by Central Goods and Services Tax, Dimapur Commissionerate. Aji 26 September, 3 baji ra shuru kuribole ase, etu Orchid Hall, Hotel Saramati de hobole ase. Ahibi tu laga opor ami kan details pra sai sabo.
I welcome you all to the awareness program on GST 2.0 and certificate distribution for the GST Sahyogi'S. For the commencement of the program, I call upon our Commissioner, CGST Dimapur Street SK Mahanta, to kindly do the felicitation. Dr. Shalendra Kumar to kindly accept a small gift.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody is doing very fine. I think we have all gathered here in a very good occasion actually. We are all gaining something out of this new GST 2.0, isn't it? So a very warm welcome and a very happy welcome I would like to say to all, one and all. See, GST, as we all know, it came in 2017. And I will just like to give a small statistics of what Nagaland as a state has achieved post GST. So in terms of taxpayers, we have grown almost 400% from 2017 to date. So that is a very, very wonderful achievement. It is because of your support. GST 2017 was more of an economic decision to make something, as I have said, needed reform. But 2.0 is more of a citizen-centric reform. That is primary. Economically, we needed a reform in the indirect taxation that was brought in 2017. And in 25, what has happened is the economic reform was more made citizen-centric approach reform. So now 2.0 is more of a citizen-centric approach reform, as you can see. Everybody of us, irrespective of our vocation or whatever profession we do or not do, we all gain from this 2.0. Irrespective, you may be a trader, you may be a businessman, you can be in the healthcare sector, you can be a student, you can be a housewife, you can be a bakery shop owner. Everybody will be gaining in one way or the other. If not only in most of the cases output tax has been reduced, in majority of almost all cases, the input will definitely be reduced. Even though the output might have not been changed much, but the input cost of the raw material that will result in the output cost have definitely been improved upon. So everybody of us will gain. So what we can do, I will just say a small sector like health. We can start with health. Everybody is concerned with health, isn't it? So in health sector, two simple things that most of us, wherever we pay health insurance, we have been paying a GST rate of 18%. Now it has been made 0. A lot of medicines have been exempted and a lot of medicines have been made 5%. So just take a simple example of health. So in this case also we are benefiting in a big way. So similarly in case of education, almost all stationery, majority of them have been reduced to 0 or 5%. So students are also gaining in a big way. So irrespective, whatever you want to do, you want to say, that doesn't make any impact. For farm sector, say if you are a farmer, in farm sector also a lot of changes has been made. It has been the fertilizer, the instruments, the machinery that equipment that you used to take, it has been reduced. Similarly, for household items such as food, earlier food used to be ranging from 0 to 18%. So some foods were in 0% exempted, some were 5%, some were 12%, some were 18%. So it had difficulty for both buyer and seller both. So buyer used to have multiple rates of tax. Now almost every food item, almost every day, will be either 0 or 5% at the most. Except of course in goods, which may be soft drinks and everything, that aerated drinks which have been declared as a luxury goods, which are not very essential for our livelihood. They all have been, or excluding that, everything has been made into either 0 or 5%. So that in that way, it has been a big boost. It will give a big boost to the purchasing power, to the savings of every individual household. Every individual household. So everybody, that's what I am saying. 2.0, the difference is primarily it is a citizen-centric reform. This is my interpretation. In earlier reform was more of an economic need of the hour, that taxation is, the process of taxation is to be changed. It was more of an economic decision. This was more of a citizen-centric decision. So in any sector that we can think of, to best of my knowledge, is that it has been reduced, and we will all definitely gain from that. And as I have told you, that our state has been contributing 700 crore of tax. That is not a small amount. So you have contributed to national growth of minimum 700 crore. This is excluding the IGST part. I am sure that if we add that, it will be 1200 plus crore. So Nagaland, we always feel that Northeast only gets grant, but now we can take pride that we definitely contributed in building our own state and the nation. We are not just a receiver, we are also contributor, we are participant. So with this, I would like to thank and welcome once again all of you. My best wishes. I hope the GST 2.0, the reform, will bring joy to each and every one in this festive season, and it will do a lot of saving, as our Honorable Prime Minister has said, and I am sure everybody will participate in an overwhelming way. Thank you, and best wishes to all of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Welcome to the GST family. From today onwards, now you will be counted as a very important and indispensable member of GST family. Remember that you are an asset now, not only to the state government, but with the nation as a whole. The knowledge, the skill that you have acquired through this 10 days training is relevant across India. You can practice anywhere in India because we are implementing the same GST law across India. Towards this end, both the centers and the state taxes department will be open to all of you to visit our offices, seek any assistance and support, and we will help you to grow and become an efficient GST Sahyogi'S. Your target should not be only GST Sahyogi'S, but from GST Sahyogi'S to GST practitioners, and from GST practitioners to GST consultants. You should aim for that, okay? The primary objective, of course, the resource person are here. This program is actually, it was, as Sir Skema said, it is the brainchild of our Chief Commissioner. His idea was to train and create pool of GST resources across the district, in all the towns and cities of Nagaland, so that no taxpayers will feel neglected in meeting the tax compliances. As I have said, the objective of this program will never be achieved until unless the GST Sahyogi'S, you become confident and able to work, and you will be able to establish your own GST chambers, clinics, so that the experience will come looking for you, and in the process of helping them, you can also generate some earnings for your as a part of a remuneration. And with your permission, we have planned to display your profile, your beautiful pictures with all your contact details in all our officials' website and then social media platform, so that taxpayers, not only from Nagaland but from India across, can seek assistance from you. And from today, we will also try to collaborate and partner with you in most of the upcoming GST outreach and awareness program that the department will conduct. I also express my deepest appreciation and gratitude to the officials of NASIN for working the extra mile and coming to our state and imparting an excellent training for the youth of the state. I would also like to thank the CNCC, Young Indians, BAN, BCC, and various trade bodies and associations for the much needed support and assistance to make this training program a great success. Lastly but not least, on behalf of the State Taxes Department, I would like to thank our CGST officials under the able leadership of our Chief Commissioner CGST Wadi Zone and Commissioner CGST Dimapur for the proactive and personal interest and initiative in organizing this pilot project, which is said to be the first in the country, if I'm not wrong, with the objective to train and create a pool of resources, GST resources in the state of Nagaland. I'm sure this new initiative will be the game changer in the next GST reform, which we call GST 2.0. And it will go a long way in making the GST truly good and simple tax. In the words of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi. With these few words, I thank each and every one of you once again and congratulate all the GST Sahyogi'S and wish you a very bright and bright future ahead. Thank you. Before I leave the stage, I would like to request all the GST Sahyogi'S to stand up once again and show us your face.
This GST Sahyogi scheme was originally mooted and conceptualized by our Chief Commissioner Sir and our Commissioner Sir here, and subsequently implemented by NASIN Shillong in close collaboration with the Commissionerate of CGST Dimapur. And it marks a very important milestone in the administration of GST in Nagaland. The 2-week schedule was curated in such a way that it addresses certain key bottlenecks that we felt the GST community here in the Northeast was facing. We delved more into the practical aspects of how to implement the very basic procedural aspects of GST, right? Relating right from your registration, your return filing, your payment, and perhaps addressing concerns of letters that we receive from the department, how to address them, how to write. So basically the idea was to build capacity in these simple, procedural, yet very relevant aspects in GST procedure. And Nagaland's unique demographic and geographic landscape presents persistent challenges for small businesses and traders in accessing affordable, quality GST compliance assistance. Professional chartered accountants, though they are there, are scarce in many towns and rural areas. As a result, many enterprises struggle with GST registration or return filing or tax payment, and often risking non-compliance or penalty. And it was therefore recognized that building this local capacity can hopefully fill this gap and simultaneously generate meaningful employment to the educated youth. In fact, that was one of the core concerns of the Chief Commissioner, that there is also an employment generation opportunity through this Sahyogi scheme. While the GST practitioners, Special Commission is talking about the GST practitioners, they are authorized under Section 48 of the CGST Act and the detailed rules, 83 and 84 GST rules. You have to pass an exam hosted by Nasan Palasumandaram headquarters. So they are also there, GST practitioners. And they perform many functions on behalf of the taxpayers, including registration, filing returns. But more importantly, they also represent the department in the appellate forums, at adjudication, at the time of adjudication. They represent the clients there. So they have their role also to play. But at the same time, these GST practitioners, not many of them are in Nagaland. So therefore, timely provisioning of the required service to the tax holders becomes a challenge, especially in the northeastern region. So presently, as on date, there are 60 such GST practitioners in the state of Nagaland. Out of these 60, 42 are located in the district of Dimapur, 13 in Kohima. So out of 60, 55 are located in Dimapur and Kohima, and one each in the district of Kifre, Mon and Twinsam. So this acute shortage in many districts, therefore, of GST practitioners calls for a localized solution that simultaneously addresses the compliance needs of businesses while creating livelihood opportunities for the educated youth who are easily accessible and who can assist local businesses with procedural requirements of GST procedures and laws. So that's why you have been chosen, I think, from almost all the 17 districts of the state of Nagaland. Your presence in your local area will be critical to address the concerns, especially of these small and medium enterprises here in Nagaland. So therefore, it was to address this very requirement that the GST Sahyogi program was envisioned, conceptualized, designed, and now we are in the first leg, in the takeoff, as you say. This initiative is also in consonance with the CBIC's training policy, which aims to institutionalize a culture of continuous professional development amongst all stakeholders, including young individuals, who can support the trade in procedural matters of GST. This is a stated objective of NASIN headquarters in Palasumandaram and of CBIC's training policy, that we have to reach out to stakeholders for a continuous learning and upskilling. What makes this program especially significant in Nagaland is its grassroots orientation, training and empowering local youth with practical GST skill sets, which are tailored for the region's economic business environment. It has just not been, the schedule has just not been copy-pasted from anywhere or anything. We had studied what was the business ecosystem of the state of Nagaland and tailored some of your sessions to cater to those requirements. As we all know, CBIC has been in the forefront of leveraging technology for bringing taxpayer services at the fingertips of those who need it and to optimize the ease of doing business. Amongst the ministries and government departments, the Government of India, the Ministry of Finance, Department of Revenue, CBIC is one of the top ministries and departments in the Government of India that has leveraged technology for ease of doing business in our day-to-day work. I'm sure all the CGST officers here will see that we have no physical files anymore now. So we're all working on e-office. And the scope of e-office was expanding day by day. The NER has historically faced challenges related to economic integration, digital literacy, and access to compliance resources, particularly in the remote rural areas. Therefore, equipping young GST Sahyogi'S like yourselves will bridge that gap, will generate employment, and will critically bridge the knowledge gap for businesses and entrepreneurs alike. Right? Your role now would be to level up the small businesses of Nagaland at the same level as all the other small businesses across the country. Bridge that knowledge gap for them, make them compliant. Replicating and scaling up the Nagaland GST Sahyogi model, thoughtfully adapted to the diverse socio-economic realities of the northeastern region, promises a win-win proposition for skill development of the youth, MSME growth, fiscal health of the state, as well as the greater GST compliance. So therefore, a carefully calibrated, data-driven teaching model targeting the needs of each state will maximize the initiative's impact. We are yet to formulate or curate the training schedule, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We have 2 weeks here. We are yet to do that, say for Mizoram or for Meghalaya. We are yet to do that because we need to first find out what is the economic landscape of that state. What are the nuances in the economic landscape of that state? What would be required GST Sahyogi's in that state? And accordingly, we'll design the program and accordingly do that. Right? So the idea is to tap that loophole in a meaningful way. As we stand at the conclusion of this 2-week program, I, on behalf of ADG Nasan Shillong, would like to congratulate all participants for successfully completing this journey. You are the pioneers of the new movement, one in which young people of Nagaland not only find a career path, but also play an important role in shaping the state's economic and fiscal future. I express my sincere gratitude to the Chief Commissioner, CGST and Customs Northeast Zone, Shri S.K. Sinha sir, for his vision and leadership, to the Commissioner CGST, Shri S.K. Mahanta sir, for your wholehearted collaboration support, to Shri Mathamuri, Special Commissioner, Commissioner Taxes Nagaland, for his continued partnership and support, and to Shri Shashi Wapang, Additional Commissioner CGST, and his team for actually bringing to life and implementing this scheme on the ground. I'd also take this opportunity to thank the department faculties, Shri S. Krishnan, Assistant Commissioner, who's here, Shri Pradyut Prakashta and Shri Jayantade, Superintendents, CGST and Audit Guwahati, and all the expert faculties from ICAI. And finally, to the participants, I say this: carry forward your learning with confidence, serve your community with dedication, and let the GST Sahyogi become a symbol of empowerment and progress of Nagaland. With these few words, I'd like to thank each and every one of you again. Thank you and Jai Hind.
I am truly grateful to have been part of this GST training program. For many of us, this has been a very good first step into understanding how GST works in real life. We learned about the basics of GST, how to register, how to file returns, how input tax credit works, and why being GST compliant is so very important. This training has benefited us in many ways. Firstly, it has opened up various opportunities for entrepreneurship. Now, if we want to start a business, we can do it with fewer mistakes and handle taxation smoothly. Secondly, it has built confidence. Many of us now feel equipped to guide our community about GST and to make awareness or even explore careers as GST practitioners. Another thing I really appreciated was the diversity of the participants. We had graduates, aspiring entrepreneurs, working professionals, and even job seekers. That mix of experiences made our discussions much richer and more meaningful. I would also like to sincerely thank the trainers who came all the way from different places to be with us. Your time, effort, and guidance have truly made a difference. Looking ahead, I believe this training will make a real impact. With more young people and professionals like us understanding GST, businesses in Nagaland can run more transparently and confidently. Over time, this will encourage more entrepreneurship and ultimately strengthen our state's economy. On behalf of all the trainees, I sincerely thank the organizers and the trainers for giving us this opportunity. We truly hope there will be follow-up workshops and refresher courses because continuous guidance will only make us better and more capable. Thank you.
This reform basically has consolidated the tax slabs primarily into 3 parts. Earlier it was slabs were different. Now the majority of the goods of consumers, especially the common man, who are not so common as it is called, but because of R.K. Lakshman, the common man concept came into play, the goods have been kept at 5%. Taxes have been kept at 5% GST. And we have 12% also for all of them. But for food and articles are 12%, 18%. For very higher goods it is going to be 28%. The same goods or whatever you will say. This will be giving you more money in your pocket, especially the health, the going away of the health insurance, GST, the medicines, where the cost will be drastically coming down, especially life-saving medicines. The education, which is of prime importance, with the GST gone in this number of items pertaining to education at a very low level, certain items. So this will be leaving more money in your pocket to fulfill your dreams, to go after what you used to desire. Everybody will be happy. In the manufacturing sector, this will also be leading to reduction in cost by way of reduction in cost of the inputs, that is the goods which are used to manufacture the finishing goods. So there also we will be seeing a decline. So overall it will be a win-win situation for everybody, more money in your hand, you have more purchasing power, you can buy more items. Earlier if you used to say, no, I will do with this 1 loaf of bread, I will so I can have 3 loaves. Just an example, I'm not saying a loaf, just an example. So that is the thing, and I congratulate all the GST Sahyogi'S and thank you all for being here with us. And I request the trade and commerce to make use of our learned Sahyogi'S now. Thank you very much.
Firstly, I remember it was in the month of June this year when our respected Chief Commissioner Sir was in Dimapur. We had a meeting with the trade bodies, and there the trade bodies, in the sense Business Association of Nagas, all the central chambers of commerce, the young Indians. So when we had a meeting, the trade also told the department of the requirement of this kind of a platform where young unemployed youth would be trained to give basic help to our small businesses. Our Chief Commissioner Sir took that immediately and he promptly gave the assurance that I'm going to go back and do something about it immediately. Sir then went back and at the highest level, he has given a push. So without that push, we at the ground level wouldn't have seen things from the idea birthing to the fruits in such a short time, sir. So at the highest level, sir has given that push, and then the ball went into NASEN, where Isaac sir is the representative here. NASEN has then listened to what the requirement was, and as he has explained, they have curated a training program which is specific to Nagaland. They have studied what the trade looks like in Nagaland, and the 2-week program was done specific for Nagaland. After that, the ball was thrown back to us at Dimapur, where our friends from state GST our department as well as all our friends from the trade bodies, we all sat together. How do we choose the people that will undergo this training? What should be the criteria? So we, over a few meetings, we sat with BAN, CNCCI, Young Indians, and I will tell you that it was the Young Indians who practically grabbed the opportunity. So they said that this is something for the youth. We will choose and it was the Young Indians who have given us most of the names. And you can see the faces, it's mostly young people that have come here, sir. NASEN has involved the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, wherein every other day you had a chartered accountant being flown in from Chennai, Lucknow, Kolkata, Guwahati, and other places who have given really, so the feedback we've received from the trainees was they never expected such high quality resource persons to come and train them. Because from all over the country, from the north, south, west, they have come in and given one day training, done their part and gone back. So the quality of resource persons which NASEN has arranged was also of good level, sir. Along with that, our department officers, my colleague Krishnan, superintendents, they have also helped and done their part in the training, sir. I would like to thank everyone that has come here to be a part of this. I acknowledge our friends from the media, Doordarshan as well as Global Window for coverage of this event. And last but not the least, I will want to thank our Sahyogi'S. Thank you for the dedication you have shown in the 2 weeks. You have attended all the classes. Me and Isaac were looking at the question paper and we were just having second thoughts. Are these questions too difficult? Will our boys and girls, because we wanted every one of you to pass. And that evening when we looked at the scores, we were overjoyed. Not even one person was close to even the pass mark. Everyone was well beyond the pass mark. So for that, I congratulate all of you. And as already said by speakers before me, this is just the beginning. We will hold hands together and please take this as a platform. Consider yourself now a unique part of Nagaland's economic future. There is a space for you, but you also have to do your part in continuously equipping yourself, taking the step up from a basic Sahyogi, next thing practitioner, you'll go all the way up. And our department our doors are always open, as said already by our senior officers, and together, our trade bodies, the Sahyogi'S and the department, as a collaboration, there is a lot of scope to bring change in Nagaland's economic scenario in the future. With those words, I thank all of you.
Viewers, Muilore Etia, Dr. Shailendra Kumar Sinha, Taido, Chief Commissioner, CGST, Central Excise and Custom Guwahati Zone. Thank you so much for giving your time to Global Window.
Thank you.
Okay. Sir, the first question is, how will GST 2.0 help the common taxpayer?
GST 2.0, or you can say the next gen GST, is definitely going to help each and every person across the strata of the society. In the sense that the commodity, especially the essential commodity costs, have been reduced drastically. These costs will be reduced by way of reduction in taxation, say food items or essential items which were earlier taxed at 12% or 18% now have been brought down to 5% or even at 0% in certain cases. Then the medical side, medical insurance which people used to do, the premium on the premium they used to pay GST. So that has been abolished now. So that money goes to his pocket. Besides that, the medicines cost, the taxation on medicines rates of taxation on medicines have also come down. So medicines also becomes cheaper. So his health becomes cheaper. His basket of food items becomes cheaper. Then when you come to a children's education, again the rates have either become 0 or at 5%. So again, when it comes to children's education, you are saving money. Then for your health, for when you are going to gym or that rate also has come down.
and especially for you, the beauty parlor rates have come down. So now you will not be required to every time tell your husband that I'm going to, and he will be craving, spending more, because you are having more money in your hands now. So when you have more money in your hands, obviously you are in a position to fulfill all your dreams, other dreams which you were striving to fulfill. So GST 2.0 has, irrespective whether he is into business, he is into housemaking, he is into whatever thing, business, profession he is into, he is having more money in his kitty to see that his dream comes true. He has got more purchasing power now. Earlier he may be limiting his purchase because of the constraints which money was bringing. With more money in hand, he will be going in for more purchase. So that is how it is going to benefit all. And over a period of time, we'll see that as the input cost also reduces, the prices would further come down. So that will be the benefit. It's just what we call as a massive change in the taxation structure which has happened for the welfare, for the benefit of the people. So it is more of a people-centric reform which has taken place.
So one last question. Can you tell us more about the GST Sahyogi program and how is it going to help Nagaland?
The GST Sahyogi'S are primarily young people who have been trained in taxation laws. They have undergone 2 weeks of rigorous training on various aspects of GST and its compliances. This was primarily done to fill in the gap between the number of traders who were there and the tax practitioners, because the geographical situation of Nagaland is not that is widely spread with hill areas around, and the majority of the tax practitioners are residing in the capital city or in Dimapur. So this is creating a huge void for those small taxpayers who were in remote areas when it used to come to compliances. So keeping that in mind, to fill in the gap, these GST Sahyogi'S were trained from various districts, belonging to various districts, various localities, to go back and use their skills to help the traders, to help the commerce in GST compliance. So the primarily aim was to fill in the gap which was existing between the compliance and. So I personally feel that by this the compliance will increase, the trade and commerce will be in a better, especially the small ones, will be in a better position to appreciate and find it easier to comply with the GST laws. Otherwise, every time they used to rush to Dimapur or Kohima to catch hold of a taxpayer. Just imagine 12,000 assessees, registered taxpayers in this state, out of which for which we just had about 60 tax practitioners. So if you, on a very random basis, you calculate the number of tax payers with one practitioner, a huge one. Difficult to manage. So these people will be helping them in compliances.
Viewers, moi logode itia duita trainee Sahyogi ase tai juni bi lop hudawdi kuri sabo. Thank you so much apni junbra global window ge kotha kobole homoy de gane. First apni logode jabo apni khan GST Sahyogi laga training do 2 weeks jaise. To iniga tu laga experience apore apni lop share group paribo.
Thank you so much for the question. Moi yate training lado experience pishi pal dakishe. Moi starting de do GST to pishi complex subject ekta ase na papi dakishe na. Will be to training lo pichi de moi trainers can be pishi experience manu kan ahina moi kan ki pishi mudut korise. Etu karne moi experience or skills kan gain kora parado. Moi kan life de future careers kan de pishi help kuro ina papna se or pishi experience pal. Thank you. Yeah.
The next question goes to you, gentlemen. Acha, apni ke hudule mun thaga do apni khan ko nishna GST Sahyogi laga training do 2 weeks loise. To itia GST laga opore manu khan public khan bi confusion bi thagibo, na buja bi thagibo. To itu laga opore apni ki shikise tahan laga problem kinega apni solve kru parbo, noil bi kinega explain krubo public khan ge.
First of all, thank you so much. Like apni question hoda nishna ge ase, especially mohan yadi Nagaland na to shokla do problem to bishe ase but moi just duita hi share korle mon ase first to ase mohan infrastructure de bishi bikaze so to idu infrastructure to government ra olop initiative loi gena kam gorna jaise kole to maybe who knows mohan near future to bishi age bi jabo nishna ase and then second thing is mohan as naga manu khan do ase kole GST tax laws khan ladi knowledge to bishi kom dia ase to mohan idu knowledge aro bi gain gorise kole to I hope that ki mohan bi manu khan nishna business age korna jabo and then manu khan logot compete bi kuro paro na hope kore ase thank you so much.
So viewers apne khan dekhi paise it awareness program on GST 2.0 and certificate distribution for GST Sahyogi'S khan lode 35 GST Sahyogi'S to all over Nagaland district pra representative khan ge 2 weeks training dishe ko ine janai di ase itu ikla noi ine GST laga opore 0% to 5% tok nami gine ase itu do medicine laga opore education laga opore no holi bi household goods khan no holi bi agriculture laga opore tax GST tax to bishi nami she ko gine bi janai di ase aro ami khan being a citizen of India GST tax to dibo lage itniga dishe kole ami khan laga nation ge ami khan ekilo re bhal ba bana laga ase ko gine bi tahan ba janai di ase aro itu ikla no ine 2.0 GST tax to citizen centric approve reform ekta ase ko gine bi janai di ase itia kane man ase for more news and update keep watching Global Window. This is your reporter Yaungamla with my camera person Anungai Jamir reporting from Hotel Saramati, Dimapur.
Apex Motor Enterprise Mahindra, Dimapur, Nagaland presents one of the biggest festive offers of the season. Enjoy benefits worth up to Rs 2.56 lakhs on Bolero and Rs 2.46 lakhs on the all-new XUV 3XO. This isn't just a discount, it's Mahindra's way of celebrating the festive season with you and your family. Don't miss out, contact Apex Motor Enterprise Mahindra Nagaland today.